Lakers and Wolves first-round series in Los Angeles got one more practice in before they host Minnesota. That's Saturday night on ABC. LeBron James heaping praise on Minnesota's Anthony Edwards Friday, well aware of the threat that the Wolves and their superstar present.
Man is amazing. Unbelievable basketball junkie. Loves to play the game of basketball. Great kid. And all the success he's gotten so far throughout his young career has been awesome to see. You got to be able to defend. You got to be able to get stops. You know, we have a system that we've been working on, you know, throughout the whole course of the season, and then, you know, it's up to us to go out there and execute that. You know, I think coach and the staff, they put us in position to give us the best game plan they believe that gets us a victory, and it's up to us to go out and execute that.
They're one of the best teams in basketball. The top 10 offense, top 10 defense. It's a credit to their players. It's a credit to their coaching staff. We just have we've got the utmost respect for them as an opponent and as a challenge.
The Lakers have remarkable history, participating in 64 different playoffs, reaching the finals exactly half the time. Of course, they have 17 championships, one shy of Boston for the most in the history of the NBA. As they search for number 18, number 77, Luka Doncic sat down with Malika Andrews. Set, we know who's playing who, and out west, man, it is all spicy matchups. But I'm asking you to just tell me one. You get to pick one that you're saying that's the one that's most intriguing. Which is it?
Well, I'm going to tell you this, Scott. Just in the West alone, we're set to see one of the greatest playoffs that we've seen in the last 5 or 6 years. And I heard Legs pick Clippers and Nuggets, and I'm not mad at him about that. But I'm going Lakers and Minnesota. And they have a lot of people out there that think that the Lakers are just going to steamroll the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I think otherwise. I think this series is going 7 games. The Lakers are going to win. But they're going to win because of that guy right there, Austin Reeves. Yes, LeBron James and Luka are the best players. Austin Reeves is the most important player. Because LeBron James is going to be asked to do so much defensively and other things, maybe play the center position, you're going to need that secondary primary ball handler to take the pressure off LeBron James. And let me throw this stat out there to you, Scott. They were 27-9 this season when Austin Reeves scored over 20 points. That's how important he is to this Laker team and their success.
I like it because he's...
Between the Timberwolves and Lakers is tomorrow on ABC. This series filled with stars and storylines. LeBron chasing his 5th title. Anthony Edwards looking for his 1st. And the same goes for Luka Doncic, who likes the Lakers' chances, speaking yesterday.
I think we have a great team. We have guys that are willing to go to war. Everybody's staying together. The chemistry is high, so I think we for sure have a chance.
Oh, it's been a minute. Danny Green, great to see you, sir. How we doing?
Good to see you, too.
What up,
Great.
boy?
I'm great. Good to see you guys. Thanks for having me.
Stephen A. needs someone to keep him in line out there on the West Coast, so keep your eyes on him.
I doubt I'm the person to do that.
All right, S.A., who's the most important star in this Minnesota Lakers series?
For me, it's Anthony Edwards because it's the only way Minnesota has. They have no chance if Anthony Edwards isn't a star in this series, and I'm talking about a big-time star. When you got Luka and LeBron coming in your direction with the way Austin Reeves is playing, you got a load on your shoulders if you're Anthony Edwards. You don't have a snowball's chance as a franchise of pulling a victory off in the first round against the Los Angeles Lakers without him being a superstar in this series. There is no way around it. Because if Luka doesn't do it, LeBron's going to do it. If LeBron doesn't do it, Luka's going to do it. AR has shown he's a reliable. I mean, when you think about a big 3, I think he makes the Lakers a big 3. He has been playing outstanding basketball, and props to J.J. Redick and his coaching staff for getting him to this level, because Austin Reeves has clearly improved. And then I'm thinking about Dorian Finney-Smith and Rui Hachimura, because they're better with these guys in the lineup and what have you, and you see what they're bringing to the table. The Lakers have weapons. The Lakers are the favorites. The Lakers should win this series. I predict that they will. But the only chance, and I mean the only chance, I give Minnesota is if Ant-Man, who can be Jordan-esque, if that brother shows up like that on that level, you got yourself a series.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with you.
Why?
I think there's more pressure on Luka. Because, I mean, they brought him here to win a championship. Also, the fact that in the playoffs, the game slows down. If he's not scoring well, they don't play well. They don't win. But and you know they're going to attack him on that defensive end of the floor.
You know, the question said most important.
Yes.
Not the most
For the Lakers
right?
to win, they need Luka to play well. If he doesn't play well offensively, you know they're going to go at him defensively, and he has to guard. And that's Anthony Edwards going to put him in a pick-and-roll situation. So, and there's a lot of pressure for him to get this team to the Western Conference Finals at least. So if he doesn't show up night in, night out, not only for this series, but the series after this one, but I think he's the most important player for the Lakers, because if he doesn't score well, I don't see them going very far.
So, if Luka struggles in this series, you see Minnesota winning?
I could see Minnesota winning.
See, I'm saying to you,
the big three
they got somebody else to rely upon in the event that Luka doesn't show up, which ain't gonna happen. By the way, he will show up. But who is that person that they're relying upon? Although he's 40 years of age, in his 22nd season, he happens to be the second greatest player in the history of basketball. Okay, who, by the way, still was playing like an MVP caliber player for most of this season. And not very good, great. LeBron James has been great. Let's call it what it is. All right. And I'm saying to you, that's who you got to rely upon if Luka doesn't show up. Who Ant-Man got to rely on?
He has less pressure, but they're playing very well as a group. They don't have enough defense to stop. They need more. They need all the offense that they can possibly get. They need all the offense.
You know, I've known you for years. I love you to death. You know that, bro.
Yeah.
On First Take, we answer direct questions. I asked you a direct question.
He has Julius Randle.
Really? That's where you going?
They have a lot of pieces.
I like Julius Randle. He's got to show up in the playoffs, but I miss him as a New York Knick. Nothing but love for him. Dante DiVincenzo, I miss you too, my brother. Wish y'all was still in New York City.
They're playing well.
Nas Reed, I like him. I like him a lot. But again, in terms of a reliable offensive piece to lean on, who do you have other than Ant-Man that you can pencil? I can pencil in LeBron James if Luka don't show up. And I know Luka's going to show up, but I can pencil in LeBron James. I can't pencil in anybody else on Minnesota.
Luka better show up. I just think that if Luka
Right.
doesn't show up, it's going to be a struggle for them because they need to score enough points. They don't have enough offense without Luka scoring.
Okay.
Stephen A.
Or defense.
Stephen A. Real quick here before we move on. Are you giving the Lakers a pass if they don't get to the West since they got Luka midseason?
If they don't get where, Molly? Where?
If they don't win the West. If they don't win the West.
Ooh.
No, I mean, it's not a matter of giving them a pass. I think OKC's better. So I would, most people would expect OKC to come out of the West considering the kind of year they had, even though the Lakers have beaten them a couple times. Now, you look at OKC, these brothers are elite. Some young lions coming in your direction was the number one seed last year, number one seed this year, elevated their level of defense in terms of picking up Caruso and Hartenstein. I mean, when you got them brothers with Chet Holmgren and you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, my MVP. That brother is something to behold. I'm just saying, it's not a negative against the Lakers if they don't come out the West. I think if they lose to anybody else, it would be. But losing to OKC, no.
Fair enough. All right, let's keep it pushing, guys. Get to one of the other Western matchups. So we've got the Vets versus the Young Guns when Golden State travels to Houston to take on the Rockets in the first round of the playoffs. This one's on Sunday. We also, gentlemen, have Dre versus Brooks Part 2. Here's Dylan Brooks on the subject of ejections.
How many ejections are we going to see in the series?
I don't know. I'm not going to eject him. I'll leave that to somebody else.
He just jinxed himself. He just jinxed himself.
Danny,
I can
coming
see it
to you.
happening already.
Danny, who's a bigger concern for you when it comes to the antics in this series? Is it Dre or Dylan Brooks?
I would say Dre. I think Dylan just jinxed himself. He might end up getting tossed one of these games, but I would say Dre. You know, Dre is the one. I wouldn't say he's just more aggressive with it. In the playoff time, his emotions, he really doesn't control them as much as he should. I think he's more the concern because he really dictates a lot of what Golden State does, defensively and offensively. And if he doesn't keep his cool and he gets in the antics and gets it with Dylan Brooks, even if he does get tossed, Houston has enough pieces to win. Without Draymond Green, Golden State is a totally different team. They don't have their identity, and if they lose him, it's a different ball game, and I don't see them win the series without him. So,
Stephen A.
You know what? My answer was originally, specifically to this question, more concerned. My original answer was going to be Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Until Dylan Brooks opened.
that conference.
Until Dylan Brooks opened his mouth.
But
it's not because I think that Dylan is going to get himself ejected, even though it's obviously possible. It's because as great as Draymond Green is defensively, as great as he is as a point forward, the greatest element of Draymond Green is his mind.
And getting under your skin.
And Dylan Brooks basically challenged him when he said what he said. I'm not going to get ejected. I'm going to leave that to somebody else. We know who he was talking about. So Draymond Green, he hears that kind of statement, and his mentality in all likelihood is we going to play these mind games. And now it's going to be whether it's you or me, and I'm going to one-up you mentally. That's the kind of guy that Draymond Green is, because he's that smart.
Yeah.
And so I just look at it from that standpoint, and I say the answer to this question would be Brooks as well. I would be more concerned about Brooks rather than Draymond, because I think Draymond's going to target him, and Draymond's possibly going to find a way to mess with him and get under his skin more so than he's going to get under Draymond's skin.
100%. I agree. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be entertaining. But I still think Dre is going to be the one to kind of lose his emotion.
And not only that, let's throw this out. It's worth repeating this.
Yeah.
Draymond needs to watch himself.
Yeah.
There's a title that Draymond himself will admit he believes he cost Golden State years ago because he got himself suspended for that Game 5, that stimulus package the NBA gave LeBron James at that time, which enabled them to come back, because you suspended Draymond Green. Because if Draymond Green is in that Game 5, they win. And then of course he got suspended and stuff last year, and they missed it. You know, they had their troubles. So
he's got to be on his best behavior, like Drake said.
Yes.
Stephen A., what would be the bigger surprise? Warriors not getting past Houston, or Golden State reaching the Western Conference Finals?